The honourable member for Courtenay-Alberni.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. No, and I thank my colleague for his speech. And I want to go back to the question I asked earlier. We know the Act creates Indigenous engagement committees for port authorities. I know that's important. But when I meet with Sashat and Hupachesit, whose lands the Port Alberni Port Authority resides on and operates on, for example, and the Nuu-Chah-Nulth Tribal Council, they've been saying they don't want just an appointment at the board made by, say, the province or the federal government. They want a permanent seat at the table. The operations of the port authorities in their territories have a huge impact on wild Pacific salmon, on the economic development, and of course, the future of our region. Does my colleague not agree that Indigenous nations have a right and should have a permanent seat on the port authorities of whose territories that the ports operate on in terms of their waterways and lands?
A member for Courtenay, yes. Kingston and the Islands.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Again, I mean, the question wasn't about the substance of my speech or the bill specifically, although I will indicate that I do agree with the member that all stakeholders involved, and in particular Indigenous communities, should have proper say. I recognize that this is the first introduction and debate around this bill. After we pass the bill, it will go to committee, and then I think that he'll have opportunity to raise those concerns. If the concerns fall within the scope of the bill specifically, then I'm sure that he can advocate and communicate with other members of the committee to see that changes be made to the bill to address this concern. But in principle, I would agree with him that stakeholders, and in particular Indigenous communities, should be having a say in this, especially when it relates to land that is rightfully theirs.